Now, Pavarotti was a good friend.
Hello, welcome to The Revealing. I'm your host, Pavarotti, here to discuss the Idaho 4 case. As a disclaimer, this channel is for entertainment purposes. These are my opinions. I'm not here to slander, so let's get going. Today I got a little bit different timeline for you. One that I've been kind of holding back on. I try to leave breadcrumbs in this thing. And there is some folks out there that are picking up on my breadcrumbs, and they'll know who they are when they watch this video. So, in the last video, I put a slide at the end called the 6 degrees of separation. I've done that in a few videos now. But in one example, I said if people want to help me, there's a connection that needs to be made that I need to get proof on. And today we'll explore a little deeper into that connection and see if we can't prod a little help to get old Pavarotti that proof. Let's get started. Now here's a timeline I've never shown you, but I think you're going to find this one very interesting. This one's just going to relate to the mother in the case and TF and TR. And how just plugging some dates and facts on the timeline are going to, well, it's going to begin to tell us a story, I think. We're going to start with the Kernodle plea deal. That was on September 11th, 2022. Now remember, getting charges reduced like she did was no easy task, considering her charges carried up to a maximum of life imprisonment sentence and this long history of prior arrest, making her a habitual offender. Regardless of what anybody says, Ann Taylor was her attorney at the time, and I will absolutely prove it later on in this video. Then, of course, directly after that, the very next day on September 14th, TF and TR are arrested for drug trafficking. Here's the article discussing their arrest on September 14th. Then on October 21st, we have TR being released on $75,000 bail. Then, of course, on the same date, we have TF being released on a furlough to go see a sick relative. Then, of course, we have the atrocity on November 13th. But then on November 19th, we have Kernodle being arrested again, this time way up in Kootenai County. And details around that arrest are cloudy. Then, on November 23rd, just 4 days later, just across the line in Spokane, TF is arrested. Now, those two arrests that close together are kind of odd, don't you think? It seems as if it's possible Kernodle may have somehow got TF arrested again, possibly. Or is it more likely that they were actually arrested together, and then the TF arrest has been moved to Spokane for some reason in order to hide things? I think these are questions we need answers to. And who was Kernodle's attorney in this second arrest? Again, it's got the attorney listed as Ann Taylor. Now, this was mid-November, which means she would have still been her attorney right up until the moment that she took over for the Kohberger case. And here are those serious charges she picked up on November 19th. And before you say Ann was never her attorney, let's listen to a quick interview with News Nation that Kernodle did back at that time.
She is now facing the reality that the person she trusted most with 4 of her cases is now representing her daughter's accused killer. Here's that conversation.
So, Kara,
What was your first reaction when you learned that your former attorney is representing the man accused of killing your daughter?
I am heartbroken. I'm heartbroken because I trusted her. She pretended that she was wanting to help me, and to find out that she's representing him, I can't even convey how betrayed I feel.
Have you had a chance to speak with her about this?
No, I haven't spoken with her. I found out through a friend who found it on Reddit. So,
You found out through a friend through social media. You were notified by Ann Taylor, your attorney herself?
right now,
And have you tried to reach out to her?
no, I just found out today, literally. So, yeah.
So, I mean, just so many thoughts. It's so incredible that there is this connection. Are you going to try to fight this at all?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Because as I understand it, this would require a waiver, something that you sign and that he would sign in order for her to go ahead and be able to do this legitimately. I can imagine the way your reaction is that you are not interested in signing a waiver to allow her to continue on.
Right, exactly. And I'd already given her power of attorney. I'd already signed over power of attorney so that she could help me with getting into rehab and whatnot. And so, I mean, I don't understand how she could do this. I don't understand what happens now. Does she still have power of attorney, or what goes on now?
Now, this is a little weird and off topic, but listen to this other interview she did without showing Mr. Nodal's face. And tell me if his voice doesn't sound anything like what we just heard.
Say?
Honestly, no. Honestly, no. They haven't said anything. I learned more on the news and on TV than they have said to me.
Have you had a chance to talk with some of the other parents of the other 3 kids who were there that night and share information amongst yourselves?
Not really, honestly. I've just been dealing with my family, and we've just been absorbed in this shock.
I don't know, I'm not a voice expert by any means, but that doesn't sound like the same person. In fact, that sounds like somebody much, much younger than the lady that we heard in the other interview sitting in her car. Maybe that's just me. That's just kind of weird. But back to the point that I'm trying to make. I think it's very possible that Ann Taylor was selected for this case in the beginning because of her awareness of what was going on around this case and the thought that they had Kohberger dead to rights because of the informant. However, along the way, I think she figured out that Kohberger wasn't who the informant said he was, and that he was set up for this. And that's where things changed, and that's where the demeanor of everything changed in the courtroom, and we all seen what had happened with our own 2 eyes. Not sure who that voice is on that first interview. Sure didn't sound like the second one, though, did it? Weird. It's weird. Everything in this case is weird. However, by looking at the timeline and seeing the intertwining connection between Mr. Nodal and TF and really TR, because those 2 are partners in crime, it's starting to look like maybe we might find that connection. We need to get information on that arrest up in Spokane. I think it'll tell us so much that I think it'll tell the whole story. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Post your comments, your thoughts, your criticisms. Till next time, Pavarotti's out.